Okay, uh, dear my YouTube channel follower, today I would like to present us about the Peace Foundation. The Peace Foundation. As you know, peace is very essential for every every person, every country, every village, and every aspect of my life. For every aspect of our life, for every aspect of your life, especially as you know, our countries has many challenges in the case of Peace Foundation. So we have to be take our responsibility to found peace in our home, in our village, in our zone, in our country, in our worlds in general. As you know, the culture of peace is begins at a home. It is begins in your home. It is begins in my home. So we all should take our responsibility for the foundation of peace. There are four pillars or models we must follow for the foundation of peace. These are the mathematical model, the logic model, the analogical model, the theoretical model. All these are the models for peace foundation. Let's see them in detail. The first is the mathematical model. Let's see this part. Let's see this part. As Karl Marx put it, man makes his own history, but not the way he likes. This quote signifies the objectivity of history. History embodies three component parts. These are the person, the place, and the time. Mathematically, the hypothesis proves whether history exists or not, based on the product of the component parts as shown here. Person times place times time, it gives history. Actually, one person has a right to exist in a given place in a definite of time. So, if a person can exist in a given place, either for rental purpose or whether he purchased the place or the home or other else, but he has the right to exist, whether in Ethiopia, whether in Africa, Europa, whatever case, he has the right to exist. So if we keep this mathematical model, we can found peace. Let's see the mathematical equations of this. Let A is equals to place, and B is equals to people, and C is equals to time. All the product A times B times C is equals to D. This is history that is shared by all these components. If either of the three elements are exit, no history can be made. Therefore, the absence of any one of this element of this equation, no history can be made. So history can be made by the product of these three components or elements. So we can found peace based on this principle. The next is the logic model. The logic model has four components: the input, which is indicated by the red; the process, which is indicated by the yellow; and the output, which is indicated by the pink; and the blue, which is indicated by the outcomes, which is indicated by the blue. Let's see in detail. This is a logic model. The input, the process, and the output represents the past, the present, and the future respectively. As the diagram shown in the above, this is a logic model. This is a diagram. The output is never alike of the input after the process. Equally, the future never alike with the past after today's generation. The model proves the responsibility of our generations in shaping the generations to come. Let's see it detail. The input is colored in red. Colored in red. Actually, let's see the diagram. Illustrate inherited resentment of racism, ethnocentrism, tribalism, and other sources of discriminations. The process is colored yellow to illustrate the mission of our generations to transform our own attitude, the way we feel to pain of others equals to us. It is a process. The output is colored by pink to illustrate the degree of transformation with the probably mixture of the past and the present. The outcomes illustrates the strategy how to maintain the change for sustainably. It is geared with time and action. 3 milestones are scheduled in terms of time: short, medium, and long. It is the mission of each generation to engrave history as it happens on each milestone. The other 3 parts of the outcomes are: 1. Managing the change to illustrate the residual, the unwanted past, the dirty past, and makes sure that resolving conflict through mediation, through negotiation, through arbitration, that means through peaceful means, is prevailed in the shortest possible term. The medium term is a generation in which the art of conflict resolution is enduring for the generation to follow. The third term of outcomes is the generations in which the culture of peace dreams comes true. That is the ultimate of the science of peace journey from inside to out, from Ethiopia to Africa, from Ethiopia to America, from Ethiopia to Canada, from Ethiopia to Australia. So from inside to outside. The next And the third model is analogical model or biological model. As you know, nature is our common reference. We have to be reference nature. Our body parts functionality is naturally organized to operate automatically and with the central command of the brain. The brain regulates the supply and demand for sustained life from the womb to the tomb. From this natural process, let us derive the way and means of regulating our way of life. The brain commands the different parts of our body. The heart pumping blood. The liver plays an important role in detoxification process. That means if any toxin substances entered in our body, liver plays an important role as a custom authority. And all these parts works together. All these parts works together to sustain the life of human. We are one and many. As one, our commonalities are inexhaustible. As many, our differences are inexhaustible too. The latter is the force of attraction. If and only if we seek to understand mutual interest nearly the way the body parts do. So, if the community works together each other, if one community helps the other community, if one person helps the other person, we can found peace. If not, we can't found peace. If one nation is the enemy of another nation, if one person is the enemy of another person, we can't find peace in this situation. So let I beseech you, let cooperate, let help each other, let do in cooperation for the peace of our country, for the peace of our nation, for the peace of our village, for the peace of our family. The last is the theoretical model. Peacelessness and peacefulness are two variables reciprocating inversely proportional. It is the passing a litmus test of life for survival. The following chart is hypothesis presented to readers to develop one's own analysis and synthesis to prove the theory of peace and conflict works without the limits of time and space. In the continuum of time and space, from the past to the future, duration of war and peace leaves history of the way of life of that time. This is our time. Knowing the building block of both factors, the degree of deviations is measurable. That is the point of interventions whereby the art of conflict resolution for negative peace and the science of peace for the positive one. Let's see this. This is the zone of war. This is the zone of peace. This is a culture of war. This is a culture of peace. So, at this stage, we can't found peace. And here there is the viable peace. we can build peace at this stage. So we all should be responsible for the transforming of our countries from the culture of war to the culture of peace. Piece by piece, by peaceful means. So we all should take our responsibility for reductions of the culture of war and building up of the culture of peace. Let take peace, our culture. Our country Ethiopia can give to the world the culture of peace. We can productive if our culture of peace is grows. Along the continuum of time, the low level of relative peace is the effect on high level of relative war. Conversely, the relative peacefulness is the effect of the relative peacefulness. Thank you for listening to me attentively. I'm Gitacho Tlahan, the Amin Business Center founder. Remind that read all these services we give or deliver to the responsible body, to the society in general. Call now, here, call now. We make a difference. Please subscribe. I'm in Business Center. Thank you very much. Thank you.